So this is a video I did a while back. I did this video a little while back, and I thought it would be kind of fun to bring it back as a as like an updated version. And that is, what if Disney had their own horror nights? Now, they do kind of do a kid version with Not So Scary in Florida, and they have Oogie Boogie's Bash in the original park in Anaheim. But I thought it'd be kind of fun, like, what if they did, like, a Horror Nights kind of thing at Disney? Now, funny enough, they did do that at Disneyland Paris, and they did that at Shanghai. But here's the thing, is that in the confines of what I'm going to be talking about for this video, I'm basically going to be, like, doing... I'm just basically going to do a... I'm going to be talking about, like, how you could do a Horror Nights kind of thing, but with, you know, Disney. So keep that in mind. This isn't going to be like some X-rated horror thing. I'm going to be doing it like Disney was like, all right, we want to compete with Halloween Horror Nights because they trounce us every year, and God help us, they Not Scary Farm, like the October year, we just get mollywomped by Universal and Knott's Berry Farm. Christmas, we have the kibosh on that. They can all suck it. Like, Disney will just whip their dick out every Christmas and be like, we own this shit. And when they just start mushroom stamping other theme parks at the holiday season. I'm horrible. Anyway, so this is basically like me talking about like how I would do like a Halloween Horror Nights kind of thing, but with Disney. Now, this would obviously not be as scary as something you would see at Disney. Like, this is something you would not in any way, shape, or form see that would be a horror... It wouldn't be really a horror night. It would be like you would have what I'd call, instead of scare actors, minions. And I'm not talking the yellow ones either. I'm talking like... Basically, my idea for it is that each area of the parks would be... You know how, like, at Disney they have, like, Tomorrowland, Frontierland, Adventureland? I would have it that, like... For the nights, for nights, because it isn't Not So Scary, it's kind of a night thing. I would have it that basically what has gone on is that the Disney villains have taken over the park. Now, you may be saying, well, they do that already at Anaheim. They do that with Oogie Boogie Bash, with having the villains there. But here it'd be a little different. Here, you would have that the Disney villains have won. Like, they've taken, like... I would have, like, every night, you would see, like, the Disney... It's like the Disney villains won. And in each land is now a territory that belongs to them. And instead of scare actors going around, it'd be villains. Not villains, but, like, minions. Minions of each villain. And they wouldn't be, like, scaring kids, but they would be, like, I don't know, maybe giving out candy, taking photo ops, I don't know. It'd probably make them look like they're just walking around and just going boo to people. Like, just have them come up and go boo, or something of that nature. Something that's not too extreme, like at Halloween Horror Nights with chainsaws and shit. I'm talking like maybe just go up and just be like, go up and go boo, did I scare you? Or be like, ooh, cute costume or something like that for the kids. That's what I'm kind of thinking with this. Now, let's talk about who I would pick for each for each territory. Like, what villain would be each one, and what would be the coinciding villains? Let's start off with Fantasyland. Obviously, you gotta go with Maleficent. I would have it that Maleficent has taken over that area. I would have her there, like at Oogie Boogie Bash, where she's kind of she stands there on the pedestal, you know, greeting the guests, giving out candy, shit like that. But for the minions she would have, it would be like the goons you would see in the original Sleeping Beauty movie. Yeah, it would be like the goblins and shit. I would even have, like, maybe have, like, at night, well, it'd be a little hard to do with even the ground crew, but I would have it, like, the villains, like, they've taken over this area, and it has, like, a calling card to each villain. Like, I would have, like, the carousel at Fantasyland has got, like brambles and, you know, the weeds that, you know, that she used to try to stop Prince Philip, wrapped around it or something like that, and, like, constricting it. Something of that nature. That's what I'd like to do with Maleficent's area. As for... Let's talk about another place. Tomorrowland. Who would I have take over Tomorrowland? It's easy. It'd be Emperor Zurg. Emperor Zurg, and I'm not talking Lightyear Zurg either. I'm talking like Toy Story Zurg. If we were to do this now, I would say I would let Zurg have Toy Story Land if they did this at MGM. I'm still calling it MGM. Shut up. At Disney MGM Studios. Maybe if they did do this, I would say like Zurg or Lotso as the guy and have like Twisted Toy. Actually, no. I'll tell you, if we did this at MGM, I would have Sid as the central villain and have all the like twisted toys he had, like going up to people, like all the like melted, like especially like I would have like melted versions of, like melted toy soldiers, something like, and they're walking around like zombies or something of that nature. For Star Wars Land, it'd be easy. It'd probably be Kylo Ren. As much as I'd like to have it be Vader, but we're trying to stay in continuity with Galaxy's Edge. But going back to my point, is that for Tomorrowland, I would have Emperor Zurg. If not him, there's not really, like, Captain Hook, like John Silver. I almost said Captain Hook. John Silver would be cool, but no one would get that. I don't really like. He's more of an anti-hero by the end of it, so I don't know if I would have John Silver, but definitely Emperor Zurg, and have like the as a reference to the TV show, I would have the Hornet robots that go around and walk around, something like that. For Frontierland, or like Frontierland, that's a tough one. I actually am going to say for Frontierland, I am going to say it's the Headless Horseman. Since Frontierland is all about colonialism, I would say that the Headless Horseman would be the guy who takes over. As for Minions, I would say like probably like ghostly versions of colonial soldiers. That'd be kind of cool. Instead of like just generic ghosts and goblins, I would have it like ghostly. And it's right in front of the Haunted Mansion too. If that like that American Gothic kind of form of that mansion, so have it be like ghostly colonial people just walking around, something like that. Adventureland, that's a tough one because there's a lot of villains I would love to use. Like there's several villains I would have, and two really one really I would have. Like here's the one I think would be the front runner for the guy who takes over Adventureland, and that's Barbossa. I would have Barbossa as, but then you do Cursed Pirates. But if you do Davy Jones, that's the other one I would have. Davy Jones would be really cool. I can imagine they do a really good version of the costume, and you can have like his monstrous pirates walking around the Adventureland. That would be perfect. So that'd be cool. I know it doesn't work because, well, I'll talk about Disneyland in a minute, but like I'm talking about Disney World first. As for like Main Street, I would say like it's like I would have it like the decorations are the villains have won. Like you see like there was signs of a battle that happened. Like you see like swords implanted in the walls, even the building. Like I would even have like the castle for like the months of September through October. They make it look like a darker, twisted castle. Like, yeah, Maleficent and the villains just kind of kick the door open, and we're like, we're in. That's it. So something like that. I'd say something like that a lot. Maybe that's just kind of a tinge in my... Like, just kind of a... Well, I know there's like a term for it, but I'm rambling. For Disneyland, it's a little different. I would say for Disneyland... New Orleans Square, that would belong to Dr. Facilier and have the shadow people go around as minions. For others, I would kind of keep it different. For Tomorrowland over there at that end of the park, I would say the villain I would pick for that one would probably be... God, there's such an obvious one too. I would say like maybe it'd be kind of fun if they did like a Pixar villain like Otto. Otto would actually be kind of... Like, I would love to see how they would do Otto from, WALL-E. Oh my god, the word got away from me. For Adventureland, I would say for that land, my pick for Adventureland villain for that end would probably be, I'd say since I've already Fantasyland, for that one, that would be the Evil Queen. Fantasyland over there would be the Evil Queen. For over here, for over that Adventureland, I would say, I don't know, they'd probably do like someone new, like Han, like someone who wouldn't belong there. Like I don't know, the fucking prince from the second movie. I don't know, like the first from the Frozen movie, the fucking prince from the Frozen movie. I can't remember his name. Was it Hans? I want to say Hans. I don't fucking care. But I digress. So for Adventureland, I guess for that end, I would love, personally, I would love McLeish, but no one remembers Rescuers Down Under. Woe is them. But yeah, maybe have Barbossa for that for California, and over there for Davy Jones here in Florida. I'm sure there's another villain I'm probably forgetting that's a little more obvious, and you guys will probably, when you do your versions of this, I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments below. I'm probably missing a good one. As for what I would do for some of the stuff for like night times, I would bring back Ghost Galaxy. Ghost Galaxy was a cool way to update Space Mountain. I really like that. I would actually I'll tell you who would probably take over. Like I would have take over Tomorrowland. Now that I think about it, like giving a little more thought, I would have Clue from Tron Legacy take over and have Zurg for Tomorrowland over at Anaheim. I just had that thought. I was like, oh yeah, we have the light cycle over in Florida. Yeah, let's have Clue, give a little Tron love. Anyway, so other things I would do: bring back Ghost Galaxy for nights. I would also have like a spookier version of the Jungle Cruise, where at night, when you do night cruises in the Jungle Cruise, here it's like I would have like legit like people dressed as like monsters. Like at night, these jungle night cruises, like there's a curse on the cruise. I'd even call it like Curse of the Cruise or something. And maybe have it that this story is that the night, the jungle becomes something different at night, and the crew captain, your captain, basically is like, well, they always say don't cruise at night around these jungles, but I don't know why, and new routine for the jungle cruise. Haunted Mansion, well, they usually for some reason bring in by September, even by early August, they start doing the haunted Halloweens for that haunted holiday overlay for which is Nightmare Before Christmas over for Anaheim, which kind of bothers me. To BH, it should at least be for November, because you were saying happy haunted holidays a little too early, if you ask me. But I will say that I would like to do an overlay for the Haunted Mansion here in Florida. What I would do with it is probably, I would say the overlay I would pick is probably Nightmare Before Christmas, but not Haunted Holidays. Actually, no, I'll tell you who I would have, like maybe Hocus Pocus overlay, and have it that the Sanderson sisters have taken over the mansion and trying to harness its power or something like that. But yeah, just an idea. So you guys tell me that. So there you go, guys. That's just a few random ideas. You guys tell me in the comments below. What would you do to update? I guess make their own horror nights. Would you I'm curious to see if what you guys would do with the idea. Just comment below. Let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.